Hello guys, thank you all. Firstly, I welcome you all to Amazon Labs. So in today's video, we are going to learn a lot about search term analysis or search term reports. Right. So before starting this video, let us understand what are our goals or objectives from this video. The first and foremost thing is we are going to learn how to identify your wasted ad spend and how to control your ACOS, right? And the second one is to look for search terms which are performing well and also work towards finding a longer tail version of those search terms or keywords. The third one is more to do with your optimizations, and the fourth goal is to identify golden nuggets. Now golden nuggets are the keywords which are proven to be doing well for your product. Over a period of time, you'll get to see certain keywords which are really doing well. You'll get to see that your CTR is really good, your conversion ratios are really good. So you need to identify such keywords, and then you need to have a plan for ranking for those keywords, right? So ranking is something, it's a very important aspect, so we will pick this topic in our next video. But at this point in time, for ease of understanding, so we will work towards accomplishing these four goals from our search term reports. Okay, so firstly what I'll do is, now obviously I'll go to my Amazon Seller Central console. Now I'll select sponsored products. Now I'll select the date range. I'll pick the 60-day timeline because this is the max that you can pull from Amazon. You will save and then you will extract the report. Now when you extract the report, you will get to view something like this, right? Now do not get confused with this sheet. We'll try to chop this down. We will try to go slow and understand each and every aspect on the sheet. So this is a very important subject and very important topic, so please also make if possible make a notes of as I speak, right? Now let's see what all entries are here. We have our start date, end date, we have our campaign name, ad group name. We get to see what is our targeting keyword, what is our target customer search term. Now before moving on, let us understand the difference between a search term and a keyword. Now search term is something which your customer is typing, right? Now for example, if I look at this, now we search for vegetable chopper, so this becomes your search term. Right, now customer is searching for this specific search term. Now when our customer is searching for a specific search term, Amazon will try to associate this search term to a specific keyword basis the match type that you define, right? So this is how Amazon is able to show or display relevant products to so many customers. So this is the difference between a keyword and a search term. So why I'm calling this out is, as a part of this recording, I could be interchangeably using customer search term and keyword, so you need to have a clear understanding of the differences, right? So that it doesn't becomes a confusion, right? You also get to see impressions, you also get to see clicks, you have CTR, you have CPC, spent, sales, ACOS, ROAS, all this stuff, which is super cool. Now let us have as many data points together as possible. So I'll hide all these, right? Right, so I'm trying to have multiple columns on one window so that it becomes easier for us to understand. Right, so the first goal, what does it say? It says identify wasted ad spend and control ACOS. So this is to be done on a daily basis. So how do we accomplish this? So what I'll do is, I'll just control all, I'll just say I've applied a couple of filters, right? So now we are looking at, we are not looking at targeting, so we are looking at our customer search terms. I also want to look at our spent amount, right? And I would also like to see what is our ACOS. I also want to see how many clicks we received. So these are the four cells that I'm interested in at this point in time. Now what I'll do is, I'll look at the cells where we did not receive any ACOS first. So I'll select blanks, I'll say okay, sorry. So this is like so these are the customer search terms where there is some spend but we did not receive any sale. Right, now before optimizing on this data set, we need to know a couple of more things. Firstly, let us know, or firstly we need to be clear on our net profit margin for this specific product. Let's assume we are selling a product of $30, and let's also assume that we have got a net profit margin of 30%. So technically on each and every sale we are making $9 in profit, right? Now, so this $9 becomes my threshold. Now I am interested in cells where the spent amount is greater than $9, right? Now here I get to see couple of search terms. So these are the search terms. There are about some 18 search terms where the spent amount is greater than $9. Cool. So now I look at one more parameter. I want to look at the cells where my clicks are greater than 10, right? So there are few cells where I have more than 10 clicks, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply negate these specific search terms from corresponding campaigns, right? If you have an ASIN, also negate that ASIN, right? So you need to negate these search terms or ASINs from corresponding campaigns, as simple as that. Now what about these cells where you have under 10 clicks? So you see there are few more cells where we spend more than $9, but clicks are not 10, right? Clicks are less than 10, right? So in this case what I'll do is I will check whether these search terms are related to our product or not, right? For ease of understanding, let's assume these all search terms are related to our product. They are highly related to our product. In that case I will not negate these search terms, right? I will give it some more time. I don't have enough data whether to decide whether to negate them or not, right? So I need more data, so I'll wait for some more time. I will let Amazon do its work, right? So I will come back tomorrow or day after tomorrow, maybe after a week. I'll see how many clicks we received. I will see what is our spent amount. I will see if we received any sales, ACOS. Accordingly I'll decide whether to negate them from corresponding campaigns or not. Simple. I hope so far it is very clear. I mean, the approach is very simple. Just to reiterate, we looked at the cells where there is no ACOS, right? And we have checked what is our net profit margin. So right, in this case it is $9. So I have highlighted the cells where the spent amount is greater than $9, and then I've checked how many clicks we received. Wherever the clicks are greater than 10, I negated those search terms or ASINs from corresponding campaigns. On the remaining ones, I checked whether those search terms are related to our product, and then I said we are going to wait for some more time. Since we did not receive so many clicks, since the impressions are low, we will give it some more time, right? So this is all you need to do on this sheet, right? So the takeaway is that you are going to negate 4 search terms and 1 ASIN from corresponding campaigns. Cool. Now good. So we are done with this section, right? So now we will look at the cells where there is some ACOS. I'll remove blanks here, right? So now I'm looking at the cells where there is some ACOS. Cool. So now once we are here, I would also highlight one more cell, which is our match type. Now I would always want to start with my auto campaigns. Now when you filter this match type, you have a small hyphen here, which means that it's an auto campaign. You also have broad, exact, and phrase. I mean, you have other match types here. I will first start with our auto campaign, right? Now when I'm looking at this sheet, before progressing or before working on next steps, I want to highlight one more cell, which is your total orders, right? So I want to highlight orders also. Okay, now what I'll do is, fine, so we are looking at our auto campaigns. Now there are various search terms where you have so many clicks, and you also get to see ACOS here. So technically for all these search terms there is some conversion. So technically you got few sales, right? So before working on next steps, firstly let us understand what is the primary objective of auto campaigns, right? So auto campaigns are meant to be your discovery campaigns. Now why I say it is discovery campaigns, because you are defining certain budget and you are asking Amazon to showcase your product to various customers and then come back with search term results, right? So that is what Amazon has exactly done, right? So Amazon has populated couple of search terms where you got so many sales, right? Now what I'm really interested in is I'm going to go to orders. I'm look at the sales where I've got more than 2 sales, 2 or more sales, right? When I do this, I get to see there are some 6 search terms or ASINs where we got more than 2 plus sales or 2 or more sales, right? What I'll do is I will simply create a broad and phrase match campaigns for all these search terms, Okay, so yes, so for now let's ignore asins. So for all the remaining search terms, I'm going to create a separate broad and separate phrase match campaigns. So I discovered couple of keywords from my auto campaigns. Now I want to explore, I want to look for a longer tail version of these search terms or keywords. So that should be my goal, right? When it comes to asins, you can definitely run separate asin targeting campaigns and snatch couple of your competitor sales. But at this point in time, be very clear, for all your customer search terms listed here, you're going to run a separate broad and phrase match campaign. Okay, now once you do that, you're also going to negate these words from corresponding auto campaigns. Simple. So good. So you looked at the cells where you have more than two or more sales. There are also a couple of search terms where you got only one sale. Now what about this? So there are few search terms where you have only one sale or one order, right? And then what you need to do is you need to look at your ACOS. I will sort my ACOS largest to lowest, right? I will highlight the cells where my ACOS is beyond my threshold 30%, right? In our example today, our target ACOS is 30%, right? Now these are the cells where our ACOS is greater than 30%. Now you see, then I will see how many clicks we received. So I see there are two cells where we have more than 10 clicks. I'm going to negate this search term from corresponding campaign and also negate this specific asin from corresponding campaign. As simple as that. Now what about the remaining ones? So the remaining ones, so I will give it some more time because I don't have enough data. I just have 4 clicks. So basis 4 clicks, I cannot decide whether to hold this search term or negate it. So we will wait for some more time, maybe tomorrow or day after or after a week. We'll see how this specific search term is doing. Accordingly we will decide whether to keep it or whether to negate it or not. Okay, so I hope you are clear on this section. So just to reiterate, we looked at our auto campaigns. Now in auto campaigns, we looked at the sales where we have more than two or more sales first, right? And what did we do? We picked those search terms, right? And we discussed that we are going to run a separate broad and phrase match campaigns, right? Just give me a second. Good, yeah. So for all these search terms, we discussed that we are going to run a separate broad and phrase match campaigns. And then we looked at the cells where we have only one order, right? Now here we have only one order. Then we checked into our ACOS. So then we checked our ACOS and then we have seen how many clicks we received. Accordingly, we got to certain search terms. We are going to negate these two search terms or asins. Clear? So this is all we need to do in our auto campaigns. Now cool, we are done with our auto campaigns. Now what I'll do is, let's move on to our broad and phrase match campaigns. Broad and phrase. Cool, so these are our broad and phrase match campaigns. Now once again you are going to apply similar hacks or similar tactics, right? Once again you are going to check your orders. You look at the cells where you have more than two or more sales. So within your broad and phrase match, I get to see about 28 customer search terms where we have more than two or more, two plus sales, right? Now before working on this, let's also understand what is the objective of running your broad and phrase match campaigns, right? So you could have identified couple of search terms in your auto campaigns, right? You are going to place those search terms in your broad and phrase match campaigns in search for a longer tail version of keywords, right? Now in your broad and phrase match campaigns, you will get to see those longer tail version of keywords here, right? So now fine, you are looking at these cells where you have two or plus sales or two or more sales. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this data. I'm looking into my ACOS. I will look at the cells where my ACOS is within my target or threshold limits. I will highlight them in green for our understanding here. So these are the cells where our ACOS is within our target, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to run a separate exact match campaign for all the specific search terms, right? So you pick these search terms from your broad and phrase match campaigns. You're going to run an exact match campaign Okay, now since you're running an exact match campaign, or since you're going to run an exact match campaign, you're going to negate all these search terms from corresponding broad and phrase match campaigns. You are just going to do a negative exact, right? So that's the deal. Now what about the remaining search terms, right? There are few search terms where you have more than two sales, right? But your ACOS is on the higher side. Now once again, for all these cases you need to see how many clicks you received, right? Looks like in most of the cases we have more than more than 10 clicks. So technically I'll think about optimizing the bits in these cases, but I'm definitely not going to put them in exact match campaign because my ACOS is high. I want to test these search terms further before taking that decision. But definitely the ones in green, I'm going to put them in exact match campaigns. Cool, done. So we are done with this. Then what about the ones where we received only one sale, right? So when you look at this data set within your broad and phrase match campaigns, there are so many search terms where you got only one order, right? So what you're going to do is, once again, you will sort it by ACOS. You will say largest to the lowest, and you'll also see how many clicks you received, largest to the lowest. And wherever you see more than 10 clicks, you're going to simply negate these search term from corresponding broader phrase match campaigns. Okay, in this case it is phrase match, so you're going to negate these search terms from corresponding phrase match campaigns. Simple, right? Now what about the remaining ones? Here we don't have sufficient data. We did not receive 10 clicks. Impressions also tends to be lower. It is not just actually about your clicks. You also need to see how many impressions you received. For example, here you see you have 8 clicks, you have 2153 impressions, I think, which is a decent number, right? Now it is completely up to you how you want to play around with your numbers. If you want to keep it simple, you can go with your 10 click rule. Otherwise you can definitely look at your impressions or the count of impressions and then decide, right? For our ease of understanding, I'm going with 10 click rule. Now I'm going to negate these search terms from corresponding phrase match campaigns, and I'm going to hold on the remaining search terms because I don't have enough number of clicks. I'll wait for some more time and then come back and decide, check and decide whether to negate these search term or not. Cool. So we are done with our broad and phrase match campaigns also. Now let's move on to our exact match campaign. Now what are our exact match campaigns? See, there is a reason, right? Now when you have a specific search term or a keyword here, now this keyword, it has passed all the checks from your auto campaigns. This keyword has passed all the checks from your broad and phrase match campaign, right? And then it has entered your exact match campaign. So technically, historically, there is some, or in the past there is some historic sales, right? So this search term has, or keyword has given you a couple of sales in the past, right? So listen to this topic very carefully. This is where you need to identify your golden nuggets, right? Now what do I mean by golden nuggets? We need to look for keywords which are doing really well, which are converting very well, which are like where we have higher CTR, and we need to rank for those keywords. Now let's do that exercise here, right? Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to our sales column. I'll be interested in sales where we have more than 5 sales, 5 or more sales. Right now when I do that within our exact match, I get to see there are 14 search terms where we got 5 or more orders, right? Now I will not be so much, I'm not concerned about ACOS at this point in time, right? If you sort by ACOS, right, if I say largest to lowest, you see couple of terms where you have 100% ACOS, right? Don't worry about your ACOS here, right? So that's the thing. You should not be worried about your ACOS. What you should be more focused upon is your CTR, right? Your CTR, right? What is your CVR, right? These two are the fields that you should be more worried about or more concerned about at this stage, right? Your ACOS and stuff, that is what you have been doing in your auto campaigns and broad and phrase match campaigns, right? So you will not worry about your ACOS here. You will be worrying about your CTR and your click-through rate and your CVRs, right? Now your click-through rate will tell you how attractive is your listing, right? If your listing is attractive, then only customers will click, right? right? So if your click-through rate is under 1%, right? If your CTR is under 1%, it means that there is some scope for you to improve, right? If your CTR is less than 0.5%, technically it means that your listing is a disaster. Okay, so you need to look at these fields, right? So CTR will tell you how attractive is your listing, right? And you also need to look at your CVR, your conversion ratio. Now conversion ratio will tell you how competitive is your listing. Okay, now your listing is attractive, customers have clicked it, but they did not, or if your conversion ratio is high, it means that your your offering is also competitive, right? So customers are buying it. So these two are the main metrics to evaluate when you are thinking about identification of your golden nuggets, right? So now what you need to do is, cool, so you are going to highlight the cells where your CTR is greater than 1% and your CVR is greater than 10%. So I'll see here, this looks like it is matching 1%, and here my CTR is 1%, CVR is 14, which is good. So here my threshold is 1%, here my threshold is 10%, right? Here it is once again 1% and more than 10%, fine. So I'll green, we'll mark it as green. Now here also we can mark it as green. Here you see it is red because it says our CTR is 0.32%, which means there is some scope for us to improve. I mean, there is something wrong. This data is telling us that we need to work on our images, right? Because your CTR is low, which means that your listing is not attractive. Customers are not clicking your listings, right? Now once again here we can say green. Now here you can say it is red, right? Here it is once again green, right? So here this one, and yes, so this one is red. I will mark these two also green, right? Now you see, so I have color coded basis what? Basis the CTR and CVR. Now for all the ones that are in green, I am not worried about ACOS at this point in time. I am not at all worried about my ACOS. But what I should be worried about is, where am I placed in terms of my organic placement, right? So these are few keywords where my CTR is good, my conversion ratio is good, but my ACOS is high, probably because I am not there on the front pages. If I look at this, let's assume, probably because I'm not on organic rank number 1, probably because I'm not on page number 1 at all, probably because I could be somewhere at the bottom, right? So you need to make sure that you are improving your organic rank positions. So this is where the concept of ranking comes into picture, right? Now for the cells that are in green, so which are proven to be good customer keywords or customer search terms, now these are good because you have very good CTR and very good CVR, right? Now you need to have a plan to rank up. Now when you rank up, what will happen? If you look at these guys, see for this specific customer search term, now these guys are fighting so hard, right? So they're shelling a lot of money, they are spending a lot on advertisement to make sale. But whereas these guys, they've got organic positions, they're not spending any money, they are getting free sales, right? They're not spending any money and they're getting a lot of sale, which is super cool. So your objective is for these keywords, the ones marked in green, you should target to rank on the first 4 or first 6 or 8 organic placements. You need to occupy these organic placements. In order to do that, you need to have a separate ranking plan, which we will discuss at length in our next video. Okay, so but at this point in time, you identified your golden nuggets. So these are your golden nuggets. They are golden nuggets because they are doing really well in terms of your CTR and your CVR, but you may not be organically placed well for this specific search term, which is what you need to work on, and make sure you are organically displayed in number 1, number 2, or number 3 and number 4 position, right? Now what about the search terms where you got under 5 clicks, right? Now these are the search terms where you did not, or where you have less than 5 sales. Now once again what I'll do is, I will see how many clicks I received, largest to lowest. right? So what I'll do here is uh, I will also check my CTR and CVR once again here, right? I will definitely optimize upon my bits, because you can definitely look at your ACOS also. I can check what is my ACOS largest to the lowest. I will highlight the cells where our ACOS is beyond our threshold limits, right? For all such keywords, I'm going to optimize upon my bits, right? On the remaining ones, right, on the remaining ones, I'll just give it some more time, right? So I may come back to the sheet after a week and see how we are faring. Accordingly, I will decide what action to take, right? In this case, we are not going to negate any of these keywords. We are going to work on our bids, right? If you remember, in our last video we spoke about bid optimizations, right? So that is what you exactly need to apply here, right? You're not going to negate any of these keywords from exact match campaigns. You are going to play around with your bids, right? So we also completed our exact match campaigns, right? So I hope you found something interesting and you learned something interesting today, right? So what did we accomplish today? So from our search term analysis, we accomplished these four objectives, right? So we looked at our keywords in search for wasted ad spend, right? And we negated those search terms from corresponding campaigns. We looked into our broad and phrase match campaigns, right, in order to transition those well performing long tail keywords to exact match campaigns. Now in your exact match campaigns, we spoke about bid optimizations, and we also spoke about identification of golden nuggets. You remember all the cells that I highlighted in green, which have got very good CTR, very good CVR. We are going to rank our product for those search terms or keywords, right? So I hope you found some value in this video. If that is the case, so please do share this video with your friends and give me a thumbs up. Please do not miss out on my next video, because I'm going to speak a lot about the ranking process. That is so much important, because if you don't rank, you will never make money on Amazon, right? So it's very important that it's good that in today's session we already identified our golden nuggets, a list of 6 or 7 search terms. In our next video, I will tell you the step-by-step process that you need to follow to rank for those specific uh, search terms, right? So I appreciate your time. If you're watching this recording for about 28 minutes now, it means a lot to me. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time and watching the recording. In case if you're a beginner, if you're not able to completely understand, please rewatch this video. In case if you have any queries, please feel free to post a comment, and I'll read through the comment and I'll try to answer at the earliest. Thank you for your time and have a great day. Thank you all. Goodbye.